In this video, we'll provide an overview of the professional development program delivered to middle school science teachers at the Gahanna Jefferson School District near Columbus, Ohio. You will become familiar with some training details and will hear from Sharon Suriano, the district K through 8 Math, Science, and Media Academic Officer, about her perspectives on the training program.
Hi, my name is Sharon Suriano, and I had the privilege of working with the folks at STEMucation here in Gahanna Jefferson Public Schools outside of Columbus, Ohio. We had a group of about 18 middle school science teachers for district-wide experiences together with the STEMucation organizers and coaches.
As Sharon noted, this training program focused on training 18 middle school science teachers to develop, document, and teach a curricular challenge-based learning unit of instruction with an integrated engineering design process activity under the guidance of a coach. The coaches provided feedback as teachers documented the CBL EDP curricular unit plans using pre-approved templates. The coaches also were involved as teachers implemented these units of instruction in their classes.
Big standouts to me as someone in the curriculum department helping organize this was the collaboration that was created with the organizers of STEMucation between them and myself. They had their initial plans in place, but they were extremely accommodating and very flexible to meet the needs of the teachers in our district. We spent hours planning together, and on delivery days, even being in that moment and adjusting plans, much like teachers have to do every day with kids too. So that for me was really powerful. And really just spoke to the dedication that the STEMucation organization has to supporting teachers with the learning of that design process, the steps in place, and all the considerations to make.
The training program was planned and conducted with continuous input from the district academic officer. This was an important aspect of the training as it permitted the training to be altered to fit the needs of the district. To maximize their learning, the training was broken up into 3 one-day workshops with workshop participants working in teams of 2 or 3 over the span of a 6-week time period. By spreading out the training, it allowed the teaching teams to do their own research, collaborate, and put together their unit plan and activity ideas between training sessions. Each teacher was supported by an experienced individual virtual coach as they completed assigned tasks between lessons. To further maximize the effect of their units of instruction, the school district provided funding to purchase supplies needed to implement their units of instruction. The workshops were developed by the STEMucation Academy staff in collaboration with the district's academic officer, and the resulting material was taught by pairs of veteran teachers who had developed their own units of instruction through the Cincinnati Engineering Enhanced Math and Science program. The 18 teachers worked in cohorts of 5 to 6 teachers with their assigned coach. To enhance the learning experience for the teachers, virtual meetings via email, phone, Zoom, Google Meet, etc. were held between training sessions.
I also want to take a moment to really give a shout out to the coaches that are involved in STEMucation. They worked very hard to stay connected with our teachers. They were extremely down to earth on the training days. They were very accessible, gave a lot of great information to kind of launch the teachers, and then were constantly hands-on and floating around, ready and willing to sit right down with teachers in the moment and talk ideas through. They were friendly, and you could tell they just really cared so much about the content and so much about teachers supporting teachers. So that's something I really appreciated from the coaches.
Workshop activities were designed as modules, with each module having deliverables focused on completing related sections of the unit and activity templates. What may be of particular interest to a workshop participant is that the workshops included lots of team work time to ensure participants were not overburdened by additional post-workshop homework. Most teachers have more than enough to do without additional homework from the workshop activities. To ensure, though, that the unit and activity plans were completed adequately, the workshop facilitators and district academic officer maintained an appropriately paced work schedule. Teachers also provided periodic updates of their work to ensure their understanding of CBL EDP concepts. By the end of the 3-day workshop, each teaching team developed a complete unit of instruction with multiple activities. The completed unit focused on appropriate state or local educational standards. Instructional unit lengths varied, but a typical unit spanned 8 to 10 class periods. Overall, each unit was precisely focused on the team's learning objectives for their educational topic. These learning objectives were derived from the selected standards and were developed to be quantifiable. By quantifying each objective, a teacher can use them to assess student growth after the unit is taught.
If I had to give advice to a new teacher who wants to do challenge-based learning, would be not to be scared to do it. The kids will love to do it. I also would say kind of take your time and not really be afraid.
The district academic officer worked with each teaching team to establish a teaching schedule. Prior to the teaching teams teaching their units, the coach did a final review of their unit materials to ensure unit quality. As units were implemented, coaches were available to support the teachers. It was found that this support was minimal due to the extensive experience of the teachers involved in the workshop. All units were completed by the end of the school year, but due to the coronavirus pandemic, the implementation was interrupted. Once the unit implementation was complete, teachers worked with their coach to document lessons learned. These unit reflections are important as they often result in revisions to the unit and activity plans. It's also an opportunity to capture student growth using pre- and post-assessment results. As noted on the chart here, one can see the significant growth that occurred with each student as measured after the unit was implemented. Once all of the requirements are met by the teachers, 45 contact hours are awarded. In those cases where the units could not be implemented, an appropriate fraction of the contact hours were awarded.
Overall, some great benefits I found was, coming into that experience, we had teachers who were in different places with their understanding of the design process and everything that included. So now we have all of our 6 through 8 teachers kind of with some common language, with some common understandings, and knowing the kinds of experiences we want for our science students. So now when we talk about, that student ownership piece, or what misconceptions do we need to consider, everybody understands what we're talking about now, and we're really excited to be able to take the experience that we had with STEMucation, and now we apply that to other conversations and now in future plans as well. So, and we already have plans for future, curriculum mapping days, and to say, okay, when we sit together, what are those kinds of experiences we had with STEMucation, and how can we keep that living? So it really just helped norm us as a whole, some common understandings then about that, that iteration and everything that's so important with design. So heading forward, we'll take those concepts we learned, keep applying, and refine the units that they created with STEMucation as well.
If you'd like to get more information, don't hesitate to contact us via one of the email addresses noted here. You might also visit our website at STEMucationacademy.com. Thanks for watching our video.